And it is lunchtime. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Oh, I can't believe tomorrow is already Thanksgiving and Brown Thursday / Black Friday. That is pretty exciting. I certainly look forward to this time of year every single year. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Cannot wait for the next couple of days. But anyway, I am pretty hungry. Been working very, very hard this morning to get done all the work I have to do because we're getting an early dismissal today. So of course that means I still have just the same amount of work as I always do every day. I just have to get it done in a shorter amount of time. So yes, I'm getting out early. That is awesome, but I got to work like 10 times as hard to make sure everything gets done. So again, I've been working pretty hard. I am very hungry, and there's one thing I want for lunch today: a delicious wiener. Well, all right, now that my mouth is done devouring that hot, juicy, delicious wiener, let's get back to work. And work is over early. I love it, and Black Friday weekend has officially begun. But since I am getting out early, I feel that I should be spending my time wisely, possibly doing some media hunting. But where to go? I have no idea. I'm going to be doing plenty of media hunting tomorrow. So at first I was thinking maybe like Walmart or something like that I'd go to tonight. But what's the point? I will definitely be there tomorrow. So not going to do that. I was just at Goodwill. There is the other Goodwill, but I was just there late last week. So I'm thinking they probably haven't gotten much in. I have absolutely no idea what to do with my time. I don't know. Should I just take a nap? I could, but I'm not really tired. I'm actually pretty pumped, pretty excited for this weekend to begin. So I honestly have no idea. But again, I should figure out something wisely to do with my time. Well, one thing we can definitely do is check out 7-Eleven. It's been a long time since I've last been in here to check it out if they've gotten any new DVDs or Blu-rays. Let's go find out. All right, so not only do they have movies back here, but they got movies up here as well. So plenty of stuff to look through, which is really cool. Lots of double feature Blu-ray sets as well, which is cool. Some Clint Eastwood right here, some Dirty Harry, great. So a lot of double feature sets for only $5. You really can't beat that. That's actually a fantastic deal. This is really cool. If I didn't already have these movies on Blu-ray, I would totally pick that one up. The only thing I'm really looking at would have to be Arthur Newman. Now I do already have this, however my copy did not come with the DVD. It was missing a DVD, so I might pick that up just to complete my set. I really don't see anything else in here I have any interest in, but definitely some good stuff. I need some Bill Cosby right there. Taken 2, so some good movies, but nothing in there I need. But what really intrigues me is I can't believe they have this. $5 for Escape from Tomorrow. This is a really weird, bizarre movie, but if you're a Disney fan, this is something you have to have in your collection. This whole thing was shot guerrilla style in Walt Disney World and some in Disneyland, but mostly Walt Disney World. There's a really interesting, unique backstory to this. Now, the movie, like I said, is kind of weird. It's not the best movie in the world, but if you are a Disney fan or definitely a fan of the Disney parks, this is something you have to have in your collection. You have to check out just for the way it was shot and how interesting it is. And I can't believe it's $5 here. That's an amazing deal. Again, I already have it, though. I do not need that. I'm not really seeing anything else as far as Blu-rays are concerned that's all that great. Pretty common stuff. I mean, Garden State, Edge of Darkness, Getaway, Seabiscuit, things like that. Stuff you kind of just see everywhere. Nothing too fantastic there, but they do have a bunch of multi-feature DVD sets and even seasons of I Love Lucy. Here's season 4, season 1. I think I saw another season here too. Yeah, the second season as well. So seasons of I Love Lucy for only $7, not so bad. Some $7 Blu-rays, that's a little much. I mean, $7 for Lorax, I don't really know about that. And This Means War for $7, that's not gonna do that. But they do some multi-feature sets here for only $7. That's not a bad deal at all for that. And that is about it. Again, some other multi-feature sets. So definitely some interesting deals here. I'm not seeing anything that like necessarily blows me away for the most part. So maybe some of the multi-feature sets, if you do not already have those movies, would be pretty cool. But really when it comes down to it, the one thing that actually is kind of blowing me away and that I do find really fantastic is Escape from Tomorrow. I can't believe they have that. And if you've been looking for a copy, if I swear I saw one somewhere, if you've been looking for a copy of this, they had it at Dollar Tree not too long ago. Here we go. Nitro Circus 3D, so a 3D Blu-ray for only $5. Like I said, this was at Dollar Tree for $1, maybe like last year or something like that. But if you never were able to get a hold of one, they have copies here for only $5, which is not a bad deal. So I think the only thing I'm gonna end up grabbing is going to be the Arthur Newman, just to have a complete collection, because it does kind of bother me that I am missing a DVD out of that. But otherwise, nothing I need to grab. But again, guys, head out to 7-Eleven for this alone. Now here's somewhere I've definitely not been in a good long while, the Loft Consignment shop. Let's go see what they got. Well, unfortunately, their selection does seem to be lacking a little bit, but I do already see some interesting things, such as House of Cards here. This is season 1, brand new factory sealed. $7. Not a horrible deal for that. They also have, this is pretty cool, 20 million miles to Earth. That's fantastic. And it's only $4. Not a bad deal for that as well, but I already have it. Some Nat Geo here. That does not sound too good though. Despicable Me 2 on Blu-ray. Awesome. That is only $4. Not a bad deal for that as well. So some interesting things such as that. I'm not seeing too much in the way of anything else that really sticks out to me, but some okay deals. Like I said though, not a huge selection. This is interesting though. Shag the Movie. As you guys know, this is a little bit of a rare DVD. $4 for this. Now I already have a copy, but I could probably get rid of this one pretty fast. TV Funhouse and Seasons of Parenthood for only $4. Not a bad deal. Might have to grab those. Well, that is it, but surprisingly, walking out of here with more than I expected. Well, media hunting was nice and all, but was that really spending my time wisely? I'm not so sure. I think I have a better idea. Let's pick up Cinema Stick this early from the in-laws so we can go home and play. You excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flatten my funnel. It's dark in here. He can see. Now I can make deliveries in the dark. Trembling tracks. It's dark in here. I have an important job to do.
All right, Cinema Sickness Jr. has been put down to bed. Daddy duties are done for the night, so let's take a look at everything I picked up today. Actually, on second thought, I need some more negative comments from you guys. Let's go get some crappy food and put it in my body. Oh, that's the stuff. All right, so now that food has been consumed, let's take a look at everything I picked up today. So as you saw, I first decided to hit up 7-Eleven because it's actually been a little while since I've done any hunting in there, which sounds really weird to say, hunting in 7-Eleven. Who knew they'd have movies? But they do. They carry Blu-rays, they carry DVDs, and for great prices. If you have a 7-Eleven nearby, worth stopping in and checking out to see what they might have. Unfortunately, there's only one title I wanted to pick up, and it wasn't even a title I necessarily needed, and that was Arthur Newman. Now, this is a good movie. I really did enjoy this one. However, my copy is missing the DVD. I bought it maybe about a year or so ago. Got it for $1 at a thrift store. I figured for $1, I'd pick it up, even though it was missing a DVD. Only had the Blu-ray. Still figured that was a good deal. It's a movie I had wanted to see, so why not? But it always kind of bugged me that it was missing the DVD. I like my sets complete, and now I have a complete Blu-ray DVD combo pack for only $5. I think that was worth it. Yeah, I technically ended up paying $6 for this movie, but that's okay. So $5 for Arthur Newman. Again, did I really need it? Not necessarily, but my OCD got the better of me, so I picked it up. And then that was it from 7-Eleven. As far as things I needed, not much there, but man, I still can't believe they had Escape from Tomorrow. That is just amazing on Blu-ray. Like, again, if you are a fan of Walt Disney World, buy that movie. It's not a very good movie. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's a good movie. It's really not, but look up the history of that film, watch the commentary, or listen to the commentaries on them. It's just amazing if you're a fan of the park. So go out, buy it. $5 for that is an absolute steal. So after that, hit up the Loft Consignment shop, and hadn't been in there in a good long while either. And it paid off. I found some pretty cool things. So I ended up picking up for $2 a Passage to India, the soundtrack. Cool. I didn't have the soundtrack to this yet. As I always say, if I own a movie, I want to have the soundtrack, and now I do. And okay, I'm not necessarily dying to have this one, but gotta have the movie, so I gotta have the soundtrack to go along with it. Then, okay, this I ended up paying, and these are actually a little bit cheaper than I said. This was only $2.79 because after time prices start to drop. They actually have on the back here, it shows you like a date and then a price and a date and a price and a date and a price. And once it gets to a certain date, it drops down pretty low. So I paid only $2.79 for Comedy Central's TV Funhouse. Very, very cool. I did not have this one yet. In fact, I've never even seen any of this. So I figured for less than $3, I'd pick it up and check it out. Looks pretty awesome. And then I did end up grabbing, these were, let's see how much I paid for these, $3.19. I actually waited 2 days. Yeah, had I waited 2 days, I could have got these for $1, well, almost $1 less, $2.79. So, oh well, probably should have waited, but I didn't want to take the chance. For all I knew, they could have been gone. I grabbed season 1, and season 5, kind of weird, of Parenthood. These are both in perfect, brand new condition, not a single smudge or scratch on the discs. So I figured for what I say these were $3.19 a piece, I'd pick these up. It's a show I've only ever seen certain episodes of. My wife was really into this show, and I've seen a few episodes with her, and I enjoyed what I saw, but I've never really gotten into it. So now I can finally start getting into it, although it's kind of weird now that they only had these 2 seasons. I don't know where all the other seasons were. Maybe somebody else didn't have these 2, and they needed 2, 3, and 4. I don't know. Bizarre. But regardless, I picked them up. And as an extra bonus, this is pretty cool. My wife already had season 3. So now I have 1, 3, and 5. She was nice enough to donate this to the library. But, I mean, she's allowed to watch anything down here. So it's not really, it's my library. It's kind of our library. But anyway, so very cool. So now I have seasons 1, 3, and 5. I'm definitely missing a few of these. Oh, and her copy is also brand new factory sealed. That is great. So thank you, Mrs. Sickness, for donating that to the library. I do appreciate it. So very awesome. Parenthood 1, 3, and 5. That is awesome. Need to get the rest of those now. And then this was the coolest. As you guys saw, I found Shag. Oh my gosh. I actually came across a copy of Shag, the movie, on DVD. And this, yeah, I paid only like $2.79 for this. That is awesome. This is a really kind of hard to find title. This goes for $100 brand new on Amazon and around $40 in good condition. In the condition this is in, $40 on Amazon as well. So this isn't super common. This is a little bit rare of a title, and I knew that, so I picked up a copy figuring I could put it up on the Cinema Stick, the store, and you know, get my money back. Maybe help you put some money towards tomorrow, Black Friday, when I'm gonna, or Brown Thursday, when I'm gonna be spending a lot of money. Always nice to make a few bucks to pay off my debt that I'm gonna be in over the next week. So very awesome. Shag the movie. This is cool. Although I think I'm gonna keep this copy. And I'm going to sell off the copy I already have, this one here, because it's the movie time release. And not that I have anything wrong with these, but I don't know, I kind of like the artwork without the MG movie time. I just like the regular kind of MGM DVD logo. I think I'm going to keep this one and get rid of this one. But they're both in like perfect condition, so that's absolutely awesome. So very cool. If anybody's interested in this, this will be available at the Cinema Sickness store by the time you see this video. And if you don't see it there, it means somebody has already bought it. So if you see it, get on it, because it might go fast. So Shag the movie. Really cool to come across a copy of that. That was really, really awesome. Just, again, not something I see very often. It's a little bit rare. So that was it. That was everything I picked up today. Not a huge haul, but a surprising haul, I would say. I didn't really expect to grab anything from 7-Eleven. Who knew? They had something I wanted to pick up, and a lot more of other cool stuff, which unfortunately I didn't need, but I was really surprised by the fact they had so much awesome and new stuff that I didn't see last time I was there. That was awesome. And then the Loft Consignment shop. I've been in there a few times over the last like couple months, and I didn't really even like film anything because I went in, they didn't have anything, I walked out. It was just kind of a bust every time I went in there over the last few times, but this time around, paid off, had some good stuff. Always goes to show you, you might go into a store over and over and over and over again and always come up empty-handed. There might not be anything there you ever want. The next time you go in is the time you're going to hit big. You never know. There's always that next time. So if somebody has movies for sale, always check it out. You never know what you might find. That is your lesson for today. So, all right. And with that, it's now time to watch a movie. All right. So what movie is on the agenda tonight? We're going to check out Something Special, which you're probably thinking, wait, didn't you just buy that on VHS? I did, but as it turns out, I actually already owned it. I had it in this Hollywood Comedy Legends Collection set. I had no idea until I did a little bit of research. So awesome, I have it on DVD. And a lot of you guys have been bugging me about watching it because I guess you either have seen it, want me to see it, or maybe you just want to hear my thoughts on it in general. Well, I'm going to check it out tonight. So let's watch a movie about a girl waking up with a penis. Weird.
Can you do things with it?
Like what?
Like, I don't know.
Whoa! Thought we were about to go in an X-rated direction there for a second, but no, we stayed PG-13. Something Special, which once again I have in this Hollywood Comedies Legend 50 movie pack. The film was okay. It wasn't all that special, mainly because they didn't really go in any kind of good direction. They didn't play it up for a straight-up comedy. They didn't really play it up for a serious movie. They kind of went down this narrow path right in the middle of mediocrity. The most interesting thing about this movie was the cast. Pamela Alden from Californication plays Millie/Willie. Patty Duke plays her mom. John Glover plays her father. And a very, very young Seth Green plays her brother. So that was kind of interesting. I liked it for that. But again, the movie doesn't really go anywhere. Had they played it up for a straight up comedy of this girl becoming a boy, and just now we're having to deal with that, the hilarity could have ensued. It could have been played up for a straight up 100% comedy, maybe raunchy, maybe not, I don't know, something, but just straight up comedy. They could have gone that route, would have been interesting. Or they could have gone for a more serious route of dealing with people like transgender people, or somebody who, feels like a man, a woman's body, or a woman in a man's body. They could have gone with something like that and kind of made it with a bit more of a serious tone behind it, but they didn't go that route either. They kind of just right down the middle and just kind of went for this bland sort of movie that didn't really go anywhere. The whole plot is that Millie, she wants to basically be a boy because her father's always kind of putting her down for the things she likes to do, because she's a bit of a tomboy, and she's kind of tired of trying to have to be roped into this stereotypical girl. She doesn't want to be a stereotypical girl. She wants to do her own thing, and some of that stuff, it has to do with doing things that typically guys would do. So she ends up being able to make this wish. It's like this voodoo thing. She ends up making this wish, and it works, and she wakes up with a penis. So, all right. So now she has to make the choice. Does she want to stay a woman, or does she want to become a man? And she decides to go the route of being a boy. So now she has to do that. She goes to a new school, and she's dealing with her life now as a boy, which again, hilarity now could ensue. Not so much. She ends up befriending these guys, and there's this girl who likes him, like him/her, and the brother of this girl wants to beat him up, and they're always trying to escape from the brother and his little goons. And again, she's befriending these kind of like nerdy kids, and it doesn't really go anywhere. The only interesting part is the fact that now a girl likes him/her again, and they're trying to deal with that and what to make of that. Her best friend ends up kind of having a thing, which this is the weird part. Her best friend ends up kind of having a thing for her now that she's a boy, and that kind of gets a little weird, as you almost saw the first second. She seems to be very sexually into him, which again, they could have gone in with something with that, and they never really did. And one of the boys she befriends ends up liking him again/her as well, and now he's confused because he thinks he's gay, and of course it's the 1980s, so that's a horrible, evil thing in the 80s. So he's all confused about that, not realizing that, of course, that Willie is Millie. So yeah. So in the end, she basically decides that, okay, being a boy isn't really for her. She should go back to being a girl and still doing her own thing, and everything kind of just works out in the end. And like I said, it's kind of bland. It doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't play it up for a straight up comedy. It doesn't play it up for a serious movie. It just kind of goes down the middle, plays it very safe, and as such, just becomes mediocre. So would I recommend this movie? If you just want to kind of see a weird, fun 80s film, it is worth checking out. It's not that the movie was bad. It is an interesting movie. It's just the movie wasn't anything special. I don't see myself ever watching this movie again. It could have been a movie I watch over and over again had they gone in a different direction with it. But since they kept it kind of bland, kind of, again, straight down the middle, it just ended up being kind of a mediocre film. But again, if you like 80s films, you want to see something kind of weird, something kind of different, a story about a girl waking up with a penis, check out Something Special. And with that, I actually think I am off the bed. I am really tired, and I'm going to be out late tomorrow night doing a lot of hunting. Thanksgiving is tomorrow /Brown Thursday /Black Friday. I am so excited about that. I love this time of year. I cannot wait to go out and do some media hunting. I'm going to go out with some of my friends and my cousins. Should be a really fun time and make for an awesome video, so stay tuned for that. So I'm really excited, and with that being said, again, I should get to bed because if I don't, I'm going to be so incredibly tired tomorrow night, and I don't want to be tired. I need to be focused. I need to find all the good deals. I can't be slacking off, so I need my rest. All right, guys, with that being said, thank you so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, hit that subscribe button. You're going to get one. And if you want to grab yourself a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, one of many designs to choose from. And yes, I did hear the new Spice Girls single. It's Jerry, Emma, and Mel B. Yeah, the song was actually pretty good. And I'm really excited for, I guess they're talking about doing another tour and putting out an album or something like that. That's going to be really cool. I'm very excited. So thank you to everybody who sent me links and comments and stuff like that about how the new Spice Girls they're calling it GEM, GEM, Jerry, Emma, Mel B. Anyway, kind of makes sense. But that's what they're calling it. I heard the single, so for everybody who was leaving me comments, comments. I have heard it. It's awesome. I like it. Here's hoping for a CD to come out and me buying it and maybe going to see them play live somewhere. That'd be really, really cool. But all right, what else was I going to say? Oh, and if you would like to keep the show coming and support new content and yada yada yada, you know the drill. Head over to patreon.com/cinemasickness, where every tiny little bit helps. The simple donation of $1 or as much as you like really goes a long way. All goes right back into these videos and gains you early access to most of my videos as well. So that is it. Again, thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you all tomorrow on Thanksgiving. See you then. Bye.